Yes, make sure you log on to doggiediamondstv.com. That is my official website. When you finish this stream, if you might not have seen any of my content in your YouTube feed, is definitely on doggiediamondstv.com. On there, you can see the audio. About to start doing blog posts on there, everything. Just log on to doggiediamondstv.com. That is my official website. Listen, now, have you heard about my $100 promotion deal? I'm going to give you some particulars really, really quick. First and foremost, the promotion will be done on Doggie Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV. That's the Insta Stories, YouTube's communities, Thread, Facebook, and the Twitter accounts. I can promote whatever you need. But as a reminder, this is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can help you bring more awareness to your product. More awareness to your product for sure. Just hit me up. Listen, man, and if you need some type of brand management, Coach Kandaka is now accepting clients. And this is for artists, podcasters, business owners, and content creators like myself. Her services include social media growth, brand clarity, organic supporter building, rollout strategy, product management, and monetization strategy. Just DM her at Coach Kandaka on Instagram to book your session. Just let her know that I sent you. Let's go. Yes. And as you file into the room, I ain't gonna keep y'all long tonight. This is more of a rhetorical question. Also, this is for y'all too. This is for y'all to have this discussion. I'm looking in the chat. I don't know what these things are in there. These little crowns next to people's name. What is that all about? Y'all see that? I don't know what that is. What is that? That's something new they did? Oh, top fans. Oh, I love that. That's dope. Top fans. Oh, I love that. That's fly. That's really dope. Thank you. So yeah, shout out to Chakra King Black, Richie ROQ, Sticky Finger, what's up? Nate Jackson, what's up? Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
King Michael Coy, what's up? Raheem Jackson, PJ Allen 15 is in the building. Shadow Proverb is here as well. Rizzo 27, MW 101 is here. We got EC. That is definitely in that green. That means they're a member of the channel. So it's boss. Salute to you. They in that green. That means they a member. We got City Boy Floyd in the building. Yes, yo, grind. City Boy Floyd, grind. I'm here in the playback. Don't even worry about it. I'm here. Joan Young, what's up? Peter Truth, what's up? William Extra, what's up? Tiger, what's up? Make sure y'all hit that like button too. That like is important. Grumpy Bundy 716, what's up? So I just want y'all to run with me on this topic. I'm not gonna keep y'all long tonight, I promise. Pneumaquinous. I probably butchered that, but hopefully I didn't. And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
yes, I'm here. I need them likes, going up. I'm talking about hip hop tonight, so you know how they don't really, you gotta be talking about rumors and gossip. So, people don't really like hip hop like that. They don't like hip hop conversations, so they don't really show up unless we talk about rumors and gossip or who went in on who or who told a story about who, something leading with somebody else's demise. That's the type of hip hop conversations we gotta have. Nova Supreme, what's up? That's the type of conversations that keep it going. But what I want to talk about tonight, people could do. It's hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? It's hit or miss with a lot of people. But what's up, everybody? I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. This is Doggie Diamonds No Filter. Shout out to everybody who's here. Randy, what's up? Yo, I said it right last night. Good.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yeah, I did right. I'm here, man. I need something to drink, so I'm not gonna stay here long. I forgot to get my drink next to me. I forgot to do a few things, but I'm here. I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I just had a question about the culture, and I think y'all should share this video on your social media feeds, whether you're on X, aka Twitter, or just crop a portion of it. Tag me on Instagram at Doggie Diamonds. I'll definitely add you to my stories. or whatever, whenever you see any of my content and you screen record it, I definitely show love. Check Viz Online, just checked in. Also, if you share it on your Facebook, it's very, very important. Just tag me in anything, and I always show love. Talk show The Visionaries in the building. So let me tell you why I came up with this topic, because it was just random. I was just sitting here like, what the hell I'm gonna talk about? I done talked about everybody, everything, and their mama. I got some interviews to put out, but I still have to do a podcast. So sometimes people be like, "Oh, you talking to?" This is still a podcast. I still have to take this audio, extract it, and put it on streaming platforms. Which is all. If you like audio only, you listen to the podcast. That's on Apple Music, Spotify, everything. Just look up Doggie Diamonds No Filter, or you can go to doggiediamondstv.com and see and hear everything. So what I wanted to know is, has hip hop become too flashy without substance? Reason why I'm asking that, there was a particular time that I could remember in the culture where we had people who rapped. It was called like bragging and boasting, and people was aspiring for money, riches, fame, and all of that. People were aspiring, but we seen the struggle. We seen them being like, their first album, they probably wasn't all that fly. They didn't have no jewelry. They didn't have stuff. And they would talk about what was going on and talk about their struggle, on the road to riches and diamond rings. It's like Ready to Die is you trying to get to the money. Illmatic trying to get to the money, Only Built for Cuban Links. You're talking a little flashy stuff, but that's after Wu-Tang. And I hate sometimes to go so far back and it be like, yo, man, that's old. That's the old school and all that, or, that. But it is what it is. I remember a particular time where you seen the artists rise. Like you seen when they started getting jewelry. You seen, the first video, they might have been a little bummy, little hoodie on, some boots, and trying to get it together. Now it seems like, in my opinion, good hip hop came from struggle. Would y'all agree with me on that? Well, does that sound correct? Like good hip hop, some of the best hip hop came from the struggle. It came from social commentary. It came from trying to figure out what was going on in the community. Talking about what was going on in the community. That's where I feel like good hip hop came from. Now it seems like everybody is rich. Now it seems like everybody got bread. And it's a little confusing to me, because I feel like when I listen to music and I listen to songs, I want to get to know the artist a little bit. I want to know their upbringing. I want to hear about social commentary from their point of view, because all albums that were created was like that. You have your girl song, you have sometimes your hip house song, sometimes you have your hip reggae song, then you had your party joint, then you had your social conscious joint, then you had a rap just saying you better than everybody. And I'm starting to realize like we don't really have too many rappers rapping about how they nice, besides like the regular cast of crew like Black Thought, and people. I feel like now everybody's just coming off like they made it already. And it's like, well, if you made it, fuck you rapping for? One of the most flashiest rappers indirectly, that I see that might be spearheading that movement is Rock Marciano. Rock Marciano, he raps sometimes like he just don't even want to do it. Although people like his style, a lot of people, like what he do. Some people, I was heard that it was called lifestyle rap. I didn't know that was the category. But sometimes, he raps, he made it. He made it. He dictated his own program. He could rap about, drinking $65 bottles of water and shit like that. But prior to him being this guy that he is right now, Rock Moss, he was a hungry bar late. Not saying he not now, but he was a hungry bar-filled rapper. Like, you knew how he was rapping. Like he was rapping like he was dead ass broke. He was pop. He was like, I'm better than y'all. He was rapping like that. I felt like he grew into this, as he should. He grew into, I'm not struggling no more. I got my own thing, Pimpire. I had a few deals. I'm doing it myself. I'm touring the world. I'm merching it. I got my own merch. I respect that. So I'm not singling him out saying he's doing anything wrong. He did it like how he's supposed to do it. But we seen the rise from the hungry rapper that was in a flip mode, the hungry rapper that was in the UN with Pete Rock, to him doing his thing now. It makes a lot of sense. The clips, it came in the culture flashy. The clips, I respect it. They was talking certain shit. They came in the culture flashy. So as they saying certain shit, it resonates with me. Even Raekwon, when he talk his flashy shit, but he also grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side. He let us know staying alive is no job. I felt like I knew who some of these artists is. Now, some of these artists are coming in the culture like they made it already. Like, fuck you rapping for? Because even when you said Larry June and Westside Gunn, Westside, when I think of Griselda, one of the most painful, hungry raps I ever heard in my life from that crew was The Cow by Conway. The Cow by Conway is one of the top, songs ever. The Cow by Conway. That means struggle. So as you have a West Side whose brand talk about brands and talk about that, you're gonna have a Conway that makes. So that's within the crew, because just as much as you'll have a Raekwon and you might have a Ghost, you'll have a ODB that ain't talking about no flashy shit. He talking about digging up his nose and having gonorrhea and shit. So that balances that out. I feel like with a lot of artists now, we don't hear the struggle. We don't hear where you came from. And I feel like good hip hop came from a person rapping like they was trying to get some money. So when I look at like the hip hop, somebody, and it's funny that you said the Double XL 2025 list. When I look at them lists sometimes, you see dudes that had like beads in their hair and shit, and tattoos and earrings in their nose and shit. It was like, what is this shit? Like, and listen, I know I've been in the culture for a long time. I done seen all types of things come and go. I done seen the culture go. But even with Biggie doing the name brand dropping raps, he still had songs like Everyday Struggle. He still let you know, I grew up piss poor. I think some of these artists coming in the culture, when was you ever broke? Like you already got money? Like, and then I'm just saying for the audience. For you who's listening to some of these things, it resonate with you? Like, do you aspire to drink like fresh squeezed orange juice that's $67 for 4 oranges? Like, that's what you want? So does that do that resonate with you? Or do a balance resonate with you? Like I remember when dudes, it's like when a dude is broke, them bars gonna be incredible. You know what I'm saying? Let's just think about this. For you, if you're young, right, and you never heard cannabis before, just look up cannabis, right? He rapped like he was like his Riz was touching DMX. Even somebody like a DMX. Slippin' is one of the top records ever, in my opinion. DMX sold like 10 million records in 1 year. But he never came off like he was rich. He still was in tune with the people, the struggle, and the folks. And it just, those type of artists resonate with me. You know, I'm not really a flashy guy. I got name brand shit, but so what? But I don't aspire. I don't think that makes me. So I'm just saying, like, you as the listener, where are the artists that's speaking to the sign of the times? Where are artists that's speaking that what you going through right now? Like there is no artist that speaks about society issues or societal issues right now that's going on right now. We done had wild ass elections. And if they are, they're not being pushed to the forefront to where they're heard by the masses. Let me correct myself on that. But we had DMX make an album that was dark, and it's sold, you know, and it resonated with people. It resonated with people. Now I see dudes just talking like you got alkaline water throughout your house and shit. And even if somebody like Rick Ross, who popped big shit, right? Listen to his first raps. So we see the graduation of a lot of artists that went from here to rags to riches. Black and ugly as ever. I used to be, you know what I'm saying? Like we seen it. Now some of the artists that are coming in, who the hell are you? Or even some of the dudes that think that they could talk this luxury lifestyle, four-finger ring, diamond rap. I don't see it. Like I don't see that. You know, it's a lot of dudes who come into the culture. I don't want to dress like you. The shit you got on don't make me say, oh damn, that was a fly shirt. Or yo, I was feeling that hat. Or yo, that what? Dudes be looking like they got dressed in Burlington and trying to talk some, you know, money, cars, and chick shit. I'm like, yo, man, listen. A lot of women respectfully are for the streets. So you pulling certain chicks, you probably pay for it, you probably a chick, all of that. So what I'm saying is that I don't really see a lot of artists that I really relate to no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I would see featuring somebody. Do you remember? It was a particular point when you seen a feature, and you was like, yo, I know this gonna be fly. Ain't most features disappointing now? Aren't you seeing people do songs with each other that don't even really make no sense? Like, what the hell did you do a song with him for? And I think we really in a quantity time where I don't see a lot of quality. I can hear when somebody put their all into music. You know, and now it's like, yo, a lot of people broke and popped. Who rapping for them? Who rapping for the people who trying to figure it out? Who rapping for the people who right now living a little above the poverty line that need a two-person income? Who's rapping for them right now? I don't really see nobody. I see everybody rapping like they made it. And I'm gonna say this respectfully because it's big in our genre, But it's easy to rap about drugs. Like, that don't really take no skill in me. A lot of niggas rap about drugs because they can't rap. I'm just being real with you. I don't really hear no metaphors. I don't hear no schemes. I don't hear no cadence. I don't hear none of that shit. I just see dudes using jargon about drugs and shit. And let's be honest, a lot of y'all cap because you ain't really getting no real money. Because if you was really getting drug money, what the hell you want to rap for? If I got bricks, I ain't trying to go in no booth unless I'm gonna take the money that I got from there and flip it and do, we ain't gonna talk about all that. But I just be confused because there's nobody really speaking to the social commentary that's going on with us, with our people, and nobody, who's the last person that you heard what you was like, damn, yo, them bars resonated with me, or yo, you spoke to my soul. When the last time somebody spoke to your soul in a rap? Where you just, I remember, and this is why some of us are in the 90s. This is why some of us do like to talk about what was going on. Because it was a time where we would hear certain songs and that shit'd make our eyes well up. We would hear All I Got Is You. We would hear Slippin' by DMX. Some of them songs are them shits had us to where we was like, damn, I gotta get my shit together, man. I gotta get my shit together. I gotta, we don't really be real in hearing nothing that makes you get up and think. It makes you get up and say, damn, you know what? I gotta get my shit together. Or even somebody like, remember like let's say Sean Price, my brother. Sean Price, my brother. When he rapped, it was just so stylistic and dope. It wasn't even, he had concepts sometimes, but it was just so dope that you was just like, it was fire. Shout out to my brother Planet Asia too. It's a lot of people that still do it. But it's not, it ain't nothing that's really moving the needle. Remember that song? Remember this song, right? When you heard Projects, you couldn't get past a song. Remember when you would play a song over and over and over and over? Shout out to you. Shout out to Britain. Remember you would play a song over and over and over. I remember off the J-Lib album. It was a song on the J-Lib album. I think it's called The Official by Madlib and Jay Dilla. I just kept playing. I was like, yo, I remember just playing that shit over and over. Just like, yo, I gotta listen to the whole album. But The Official, I couldn't get past it because I was like, holla. I was like, yo, what made them sample that? And then the way they was rapping, I was like, yo, this is fire. I just kept playing that shit over and over. And I thought about this today because I was doing my walk and I was and I got a random playlist. I put a lot of stuff on my playlist and I let it go random. And You Ain't a Killer came on by Big Pun. And I was like, God damn, this shit is dope. Like I'm like, yo, when the last time I heard a song that was this perfect? You Ain't a Killer by Big Pun is like the perfect record. The beat was knocking. The lyrics was crazy. The flow was I was like, yo. I'm like, damn, I really miss this type of rap. I really, 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 really miss this. And I hate the fact that in order for me to hear it, I have to revisit this all the time. Y'all played that shit like 4 times. These in undercover cars taking my pictures like I'm a fucking. I was like, yo, I was like, damn. Because think about you ain't a fish. Think about you ain't a killer. The beat is fire. You hear the way he rapping on that? Yo, that's hunger. Yo, I miss that. I miss that dude that's rapping. That's like, oh nah, we got to get him. We got to see him in the cipher. True story. It's out there. I'm not saying nothing that is not out there, right? It's a legend that cannabis, and even if you look at my interview with Killer Priest, it's on the channel. Cannabis was burning the whole Wu-Tang by itself. This is it. It was burning the whole Wu-Tang by itself. They had to go get Killer Priest to take out cannabis. You know how ill that shit is? This is like dudes who's regarded as like some of the greatest rappers of our time and all time. And this one dude was going in so hard that they had to go get a nigga. And Priest, with his unorthodox styles, with his 5,000 styles, imagine what he had to kick to quiet cannabis up. Because we talking about this clue-tape cannabis. That story is out there, so I'm not saying nothing that don't exist. I'm not making up nothing. Imagine that. What that had to be. Imagine what that had to be like witnessing it. You know it's a fire record that I think about? I think it might be. Is this Pusha T solo record? Yes, New Guard Flow. That's like one of them last records that I heard that I was like, oh, hell no. I can't get past this record. Like I gotta, New Guard Flow is incredible. New Guard Flow, incredible. Just that shake that body, that body. Yo, New Guard Flow is one of them ones. That's what I'm talking about. Nas Live Now is probably one of my top 10. Matter of fact, I'm glad you say that. Thank you for saying Nas Live Now. I do not have that in my playlist. And that's one, I can't get past that record. And it's the second part. Live Now, at times when I was feeling a little down, I would play Live Now. I would play Live Now. But remember them songs where you might have feel a certain way and you play this record and you feel that shit don't really exist no more. I don't think artists are making music that resonate with us anymore. I think they're just making music. I think they making what they think we want, and I think it's a certain amount of rappers who are mirroring and mimicking each other because one person won with a certain type of rap, and I think everybody else is trying to mimic that. But I remember, like, yo, I watched The Cow, right? I watched Conway perform The Cow. Yo, when that nigga got sad, that shit made me sad too. I don't even be getting sad when other niggas are sad. I'm like, yo, that nigga got, yo. It was a point where he start crying and this shit. Tell me you ain't well up a little bit. All right, y'all, I don't care. Y'all can say I'm ass or whatever. That shit was so powerful watching it that I actually got sad too. Watch the performance of The Cow. Watch. I dare you. Just get you a box of tissues next to you. Get you some tissues. I dare you to watch The Cow. Go into it with an open mind. Don't try to be tough because I said so, because I know y'all want to be combative. But I'm just saying, damn, like the music, it ain't really resonating with me no more. There's good songs, there's good albums. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. There's good songs, there's good albums. But I'm not hearing this music for us anymore. And as a people, I think we're more intelligent than damn. Shit. Did I really say that? Are we more intelligent as a people? That's another topic. On the whole, do y'all think we more intelligent? And when I say intelligent, I mean like, I'm not talking about academia. I'm just talking about common sense. I don't know. I don't know if I should have said that. Damn. I feel bad right now. Damn. I think technology was able to save some of us. But I'm just saying, like, you ever converse with somebody and you be like, oh, God damn. This nigga must have dropped out in third grade. Especially like even on even sometimes on social media, like, I don't know. I think we lack emotional intelligence. I think that I think we are I think we're being programmed. Rhyme and Vibe Podcast. That's a dope ass name. Shout out to you. I think our human interaction has been limited to where everything is long distance, to where, you know, it's something about being around somebody and their presence and in their aura and their natural pheromones, smells, scents that gives you a oneness with people that we lack now. We don't really have that. And I feel like because of the programming, we just follow the script. You know, I feel like the language, the think pieces is given to us. It's all programming. And then sometimes I think people misunderstand me because I'm a free thinker. I'm a critical thinker. And I really just say and do what I want. And I'm not trying to go against anybody. It's just that I don't think like what I know I'm being programmed to think. I'm a critical thinker. So I'll be like, dude, that shit don't make no sense to me. And if it don't make no sense to me, I don't care if 70,000 people are doing it. I will be 70,001 over here by myself. I think everything is programming. And the word programming is in our everyday life. You know, programming is television. They program the music. You got to follow a program, how you work, how you get up. You know, it's things that give us structure, but it's also you following the script. You know, let me go to sleep. I got to get up tomorrow. I got to, you know, this is the day in, day out, the hustle and bustle of life that we have to do to order to maintain. Not only that, we got to do these things. And I think it kind of, the fact that we in survival mode, we don't really have time to really do the knowledge, if that makes any sense. Sometimes it's just like, well, whatever they say, that's what's going on, you know, because I ain't got no time, you know. So that's why a lot of times when people say to me, they said, I be like, who the is they? You ever notice people say that to you? Nah, they was saying that, and you be like, yo, who's they though? Like, Or you have people say society, and it's like, but you make up society too. You are part of society. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You know how tough it is to go in rooms and be around people and everybody in the room is drinking and smoking or eating seafood or smoking hookah. And I could just go right in that room and be like, I don't do none of this shit. Don't even resonate with me. Because you be seeing people fall victim to certain things because that's what everybody else is doing. That was off topic. I'm just talking about hip hop. But it goes back to that because it goes back to, you know, when we talking about topics in rap, I think people became afraid to be vulnerable too. I think real topics, because of the gossip portion of the culture, because of the vulnerability portion of the culture, I think people became afraid to be vulnerable. Because if you say, yo, man, you know, I ain't been right since they left me at Great Adventure when I was 5. That's the diss now. That's, you know, whatever your vulnerability is, whatever your weakness is, whatever you put out to the world, what happens is you get exploited for that now. So I think people want to be like, ain't nothing wrong with me. And a lot of dudes, as we see, they crash out before our eyes. We start seeing erratic posts. We start seeing things that we like, is this motherfucker okay? They not okay, but you're not allowed to say you're not okay. You're not allowed to. Not in this culture, because you will get exploited for your problems. You will get exploited for whatever you're going through. So a lot of people don't want to show no vulnerability. And I think rappers don't want to act like they broke. Like, you know, like think about this, right? The music business is a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? We see the streams of some artists that are major artists, like say a Drake, a Eminem, a Kendrick. We see the streams and they talk about how much money they might have made, or it's an estimate how much money they made. Then we see these low tier, not because of them, you know, you a low tier rapper that do decent streams, right? But dudes would be acting like they rich and they up. It's like, how the hell you up from that amount of streams? Everybody, it seemed like, is afraid to say, yo, I need some money. Hit me up. Like right now, yo. My super chat ain't chatting. My cash app ain't apping. Send that in. I want that. I'm never going to sit before you and say, oh, I got this. You know, my walls do a 360 and all that. No. These lights got to get paid, and I do content to keep the lights on. So your help and your assistance is great by me. So what I don't get is that it's like people act like they don't need what you need. It seemed like everybody is acting like they got it, or, you know, I get to live, you know, I live a certain lifestyle. And it's like, yo, no, you don't. Because if you do, you will not rap. Let me tell you something. This business, there's a lot of people think they're in the music business. They're not. What a lot of people do, a lot of people can make a record and they could put it on a streaming platform, and then they just hope that their friends and family like it. This music business is tough. Anybody who tell you anything other than that is lying. It's very political. It's very cliquish. It's very full of a lot of hate. If we did more things together, we would be further, but it's not possible. And respectfully, people be thinking it's unity in places, but it's not unity in a lot of places, because a lot of guys don't even really like each other. They just tolerate each other to save face. But a lot of dudes gossip about each other. I done heard me personally, I done heard horror stories about other dudes. But, you know, whatever goes, whatever I hear, I'm not going to regurgitate that because I'm trustworthy like that. That's why a lot of people tell me stuff. But I done heard it all, seen it all. You know, I done seen dudes snaking the hell out of each other in this culture. Dudes taking verses and yo, give me a verse, and you give your homie a verse because you fuck with him, and then he take your verse and sell it. I done seen, goodness gracious, I seen a dude get a 16 from his homie. I seen a dude get a 16 from his homie and sell 2 8s. He sold 8 bars to one person and sold 8 bars to another person, and he got the 16 for free. And it be legendary dudes doing this. I'm not fronting. I'm not fronting. It's a lot of stuff. And then you got dudes who got access to monies because of their political ties, because they got the complexion for the connection, or they got the hat. You know, they wear a certain hat. Don't type it in the chat. I ain't trying to rap. Just leave it like that. Listen, you got certain people that got certain connections. They was able to, you know, get a black card through, you know, their family business or whatever, or their family invested in them. And then they go to our legendary rappers. And this is some sad shit. But it's true, man. And I gotta say this. This is some sad shit. You got some people who are able to buy some of our legends because they gave them $10,000, and then they curated an album from legends, or they taking verses from legends and selling it, and then they doing songs. It's just nasty work, and a lot of stuff that we held on sacred in our culture is no longer sacred. It's not sacred no more. It's just a bunch of posturing. Who lie do you believe in more? Who sold you the best dream that you believe in? Who resonates with you as far as they cap? That's just all this shit is now, because it was a point in time where people resonated with you based off of, yo, that song hit home. It ain't like that no more. It ain't like that no more. And y'all gotta forgive me sometimes because I'm very, very passionate when it comes to this culture. So I do hold the legends in high regard. You know, I hold them in high regard. I'm checking for a lot of stuff. And many people lost their way in this shit, because where do you fit in where you're told you too old, you told you too fat, you told, you know, nobody wants to hear you. All we get told in this culture is what we not good enough to do no more. But that's something that the people decide. And another thing that we do too, we judge people like, you know, you got dudes not wanting to age, man. You got dudes just doing too much to try to be young, you know? So they do and carry themselves like a young person. Age has nothing to do with having gray hair or, you know, putting on age weight and shit like that. It has more to do with the mentality. You're supposed to do age appropriate shit. I'm not doing what I did at 17 because I was an adolescent at that time. You know, my mind state and everything changed. I'm not 17. I don't think we could gauge our fan base anymore, though. I think every artist struggles to gauge who their true blue supporters are. I think every artist is struggling to gauge who wants me to rap still, who wants me to put out music still, who's gonna support this. I think a lot of artists don't know. So what they do is they say, well, he did this, so I'm just gonna do what he did. I want that fan base. I remember when Wiz Khalifa, because look, but what I am gonna do though, I'm gonna keep it real. This is not new. In the 90s, every rapper was like a fucking weed head. It was so many. Look at the 90s, how many weed songs it was. Niggas was talking about blunts on like every record. And it was like, you don't smoke. Listen, imagine coming out right now, right? Imagine coming out right now, an artist. You don't smoke. You don't drink. You don't womanize. You're not in the gang. People will be looking at you like, what type of rapper are you? You could just be rapping about how nice you are, that you one of the greatest. You could have some dope similes, metaphors, schemes. They'd be like, oh, nah, I don't rock with him. Why? Because shit is boring. He don't smoke. Yeah, it was. How many blunts come out lighter? Like, that was a Nice and Smooth song. Nice and Smooth was mostly known for like party jingles, and Smooth B was lyrically nice to me. Greg Nice was gonna get the party started. But when the niggas started making songs, how many blunts do my lighter like? And then they jacked Bucktown by Smith and Wesson. I was like, I know y'all ain't jacked Bucktown talking about how many blunts did your lighter light. Another thing. Stop touching legendary beats if you're not going to make it dope. Just stop. If it's a classic, you can't touch it. Remember, too, when there was no biting? Remember when no biting was like, yo, listen, if I wore this on the side of my face, you wasn't allowed to do that. Now, you can't. It's like you see one dude, you seen them all. So like I'm starting to see people have to come up with gimmicks now for marketing purposes, and gimmicks always existed in the culture. Don't ever think gimmicks don't think gimmicks never existed. But yo, like all the rules of hip hop is just broken. And you had to make that song. Lord Jazz is in here. I'm not going to say this because he's in here, but that's my bro. Remember, and see, I hate to go to these times because it dates us, and it makes us almost, it makes people say that we're stuck, right? I'm not stuck because I listen to a lot of new stuff. But remember, like when you first heard Funky Child? Remember when you first heard Funky Child? First of all, Funky Child is the Skull Snaps drums, right? Everybody know that. Well, you don't know that. A New Day by the Skull Snaps. But that dun 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 dun. You know how hard as hell that is to sample? Yo, how he caught that sample? Goodness gracious. If you were a producer, that's why we love the record, because I was like, yo, wait, how he caught that? I was like, how he did that shit? Funky Child got like 4 beats in it. Got like 4 beats in it. They could have made 4 different raps off that one song. They could have made 4 different records, I mean. But the way they caught that, I don't want to sample snip, but what they caught, it was like, yo, how the fuck how you do that shit? Because I'm listening to the original, I'm like, wow. Then we used to have something where we were digging in records and we were finding samples. And it was like, yo, I'm about to flip this, right? So we would say, we would flip songs. Now remember, at this time we making beats. We do not see the wave. I'll say this again for you because I think a lot of producers don't get the credit that they deserve. We did not see the wave. There was no wave. This production was all off air. There was no wave. When I say wave, I mean waveform. When you seen the kick, you had to hear it. There was no seeing the kick. It was all off your ear. If the kick had too much air at the end, you had to truncate it to take some of the air off, or sometimes you was able to slice it a little bit, not on the SP1200, because either you was, well, I ain't gonna give y'all that secret, but yeah, you had to use your ear. There was no wave. You could not see the beat you were making. You could not see the peaks. There was no normalizing the sample. It was a lot of things that we went through. That's why a lot of them records sound low now if you listen to it. There was no wave. So you might have had a snare that was dope, but it had a lot of air on it, on the end. So you want some of the air. Sometimes you got the ghost note. You want to use a little bit of the hi-hat, but if it didn't fall right, you would cut it. So one of the things I would do that I learned from Tribe was put reverb on the snare. So if you put reverb on the snare, it continues it. So although it might be and cut real short, it'll go. So it'll definitely fit a little bit more. Now, it wouldn't be short. So you could cut that air off, but you put reverb on it, now you extend it. So I remember being in a situation where Matty C from Loud, he was doing the Give Up Your Goods clean version. He didn't know because they had to clean the verses. But back in the days, this was before digital, it was analog. So he would have to use the reel. And even if you had automation, everybody didn't write down the settings. So Q-Tip did the Give Up Your Goods, as you know. Crazy snare on there. But when they had to do the clean version, none of the outboard gear was set. So that's the compressor, reverb, tubes, limiters. None of that was set. So I remember him calling me saying, yo, we cannot get this snare to sound right. So if you listen to, when you get a chance, listen to Mobb Deep, Give Up Your Goods clean version. The snare is completely different. Listen to the dirty version, then listen to the clean version. The snare is completely different because he didn't put the reverb on the snare. But that's just a whole nother rap hip-hop history story. But I remember him calling me, and I remember saying, put reverb on it. He didn't do the reverb. Now, when your homework is to listen to Give Up Your Goods clean version, then listen to the dirty version. And when you hear the snare, the snare is completely different. Then listen to the instrumental for both of them. You definitely could tell. Oh, and another thing too, if you're a producer, it's a point in Give Up Your Goods where it's just the drums. I suggest you take them drums and chop them. Those are Q-Tip drums. Get it on CD. If you got it on CD or MP3, a good clean version, take them drums. Get the instrumental and chop them. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Take the kicks. He left you the kick, snare, and hi-hat at a point on them record. Take them drums. I won't tell nobody. But I think now, I don't know. I want an artist that I resonate with. I want an artist that I feel like no matter where he's from, we grew up the same way. I want an artist that the youth could listen to, because we had songs like Self-Destruction. We had so many songs about social content. It ain't none. It ain't none. It ain't no songs about social commentary. Look what the hell been going on in just the last 5 years alone. Nah, Havoc did Shook Ones. Look what's been going on in the last 5 to 6 years alone. It's no music like that. And then when people do make music like that, it sounds forced. You know, you can't take It's a Blizzard, then you want to say Blizzard song. Because it's going to be kind of whack. Like, it was a tornado, and then you be like, the tornado record. They don't, you can't like really come out with like a tornado single thinking you talking about the sign of the time. I don't mean that, but I'm just talking about something dope, something, I don't know. A lot of music be sounding, a lot of shit be sounding forced to me. Maybe that's what I feel. Like, you said cancel culture may have people at bay. Yo, nobody could be canceled. Who got canceled? Really think about that. Who got canceled that they said they was going to cancel? I'll wait. Give me one person. That shit don't exist no more. People be getting more wave off that. If everybody talking about how they don't like you, you get wavier. Ain't no more cancel culture. I don't know one person that we be watching people do all types of deviant, wild shit. And they be like, oh, nah, they ain't coming back from this. Yo, they in trouble. That shit be, they be even, you know, I mean, respectfully, because you like, you could look at people like, and I don't want to use him or pick on him, but you can see people like academics, like he just did mad shit. And we'd be like, oh, nah, he gonna lose his sponsors. He just got another 1 million followers. Like it ain't, nobody's held accountable no more. Nobody's held accountable. If you call something out, especially when it comes to music, you just get called a hater. That's just where we at. There is no more. I'm going to say this again until they start biting. There is no more like and dislike. It's glazing and hating. It's just the extreme. It just went to the extreme. You could not like something, and it could grow on you later. You could like something and say, damn, I don't really like this the way I used to. But if you say, it's cool, I ain't really feeling it like that. Why you hating? You a hater. Woo! Or if you like something that somebody don't like, they look at you like, damn, you glazing them hard. Like somebody came in the comments yesterday, said, now if you listen to my Clips podcast that I did yesterday, my Clips podcast live stream I did, everything I said about them really had nothing to do with the albums or the music per se. I respected the fact that they did it. You watched the show if you didn't watch it. Somebody said you was hating on them. Now you lightweight glazing them. So now when you say glazing, now we get afraid. And let me tell you the dangers of these words. We become afraid to give props. We become afraid to give props. We become afraid to say, yo, that shit was fire. Why you glazing them? Or when we don't like something that don't resonate with us, we'll act like we like it, or we'll not say nothing because nobody wants to be one of the worst things you could be in our community is a glazer, a hater, old and broke. Nobody want to be none of that. I watch plenty of times. Like even, on X, if y'all don't follow me on X, this is a movie. I give smoke to everybody. So even on X, right? For some reason, or even in this like blogosphere, people like to call me broke. I'm like, hi, what is broke? I'm confused what broke is. So it's like you think you dissing me by saying, you broke. How? What is broke? I don't even understand. I don't even understand what broke is anymore. Like, what is broke? How could you call somebody broke and you live with somebody? How could you call somebody broke and all of America is living check to check? So I'm broke. So what are you then? So I don't really be, you don't hurt my feelings by saying you're broke. Who the hell ain't broke? And my broke ain't your broke. Trust me. My broke ain't your broke. We ain't the same kind of broke. But I never say I got a lot of money and shit like that. Ain't none of nobody's business. You don't know whether I got $100, $1,000, 10,000, or 100,000 or a million. I do not talk about money. I like it. So I could buy more trinkets, so I could have better production. But think about, yo, you broke. You dusty, you broke. I'm like, how? Like, I don't know. I be having new shit in boxes. Like, I got everything I want. Do you? Do you got everything that you want? Like, it's just the language. And that's another part of that added on to the dimension of why the music is where it's at, because nobody wants to be broke. Everybody want to come in the culture and be like, yo, and then, yo, man, think about this, man. Think about this. Dudes is willing to die for a cap-ass chain. First of all, robbing somebody is not cool. I do not condone that.
Any longer?
I no longer think it's cool to rob or take something from somebody. You should earn your shit. Right? But dudes is so busy wanting to be seen and noticed. Nigga, wear a cap. Imagine getting your fucking head split open for a cap. Imagine getting your head split open for a cap. You willingly put on cap and went outside and was like, I'm shitting on niggas. And somebody that's a hater too, that look and say, I gotta get him. And you got your head bust for cap? Why don't you just wear nothing? Yo, why don't you just wear nothing? See, I'm so modest with my shit. That's why, yo, I got like 90 black t-shirts. I literally have about 90 snapbacks. I'm just I could change a hat every hour. I literally have, in my P.O. box, send it to the P.O. box and it'll get to me. Is on Doggie Diamonds TV 2. If you ever want to send me anything, I got a P.O. box. I still wear y'all merch and all that. So send me something. Y'all don't even send me nothing. Anyway, imagine getting your head cracked for cap. You proudly put on cap and went out and thought you was doing something and somebody kick a bone out your ass for cap. Just wear nothing. The day of the superstar is gone. The day of the star is gone. Now, when people see your jewelry, if you paid $100,000 for some jewelry, you're a damn fool because people still gonna think it's cap. We still gonna think it's cap. You doing all of this and all of that and showing, yo, my jewelry. It's the only reason why I don't even get rid of my jewelry is because it has my logo on it. Other than that, man, come on, man. Come on now. You gonna wear a cap? These bracelets and all. I'd be like, yo, first of all, Kobe Bryant, when he got caught being unfaithful to his wife, he went and bought her a purple diamond ring that was worth, I think, some wild shit. It was millions. I don't remember the exact thing. A small ass purple diamond ring worth millions. That's what I saw. You be seeing dudes with purple diamonds all in their chain and shit. I'm like, if Kobe paid millions, where you get that money from? That shit ain't purple diamonds. That shit is amethyst. Just really think about that. Like, what's the point? What's the point? Like, niggas will wear a cap. Niggas will put, yo, respectfully, I like him as a rapper, but remember when Ace Hood watch fell apart? His career was over. Yo, his career was, that nigga watch fell apart. Live in front of us. The hell? It fell apart in front of us. I'm gonna address one thing. Won't be triggered tonight. But I'm gonna address one thing. But before I do that, let me just make note of something. Hold on. Let me make note of something. Okay. All right, I feel better. So, my political stance, where I stand on shit, what I think is public, I do not bend, fold, or waver. But I would say, homie in the chat, when I look at your history of the shit you say, you like playing games with me and you like trolling. You could go somewhere else with that. Just do that shit with somebody else. I'm not the guy to play with like that. I know it's the internet, but I think you like playing, and every time you show up, you like playing. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't play games with dudes. I don't play with dudes. And if we was ever around each other's presence, you wouldn't play like that because I be on man time. So although it seemed like a simple question, look how the nigga come in and try to derail, right? And if you look at his history of what he posts, it's always some bullshit directed at me. We here talking about hip hop and the culture. Look what this dick breath nigga come in here and say. So what I'm gonna do, so for people who think I just go off the deep end and I be wilding, I just want to show you proof. But what I'm gonna do, which I try to stop doing, is let me get you the fuck up out of here. Because obviously you gotta go play with your peers. You gotta play with dudes who wanna play grab ass with you. I ain't one of them dudes. Seriously. I ain't that nigga. But speaking of jury, yo, you know them white folks be wearing costume jewelry too. So hold on. All right. Let me ask another question, and maybe y'all can answer this. It's a thought based off the walls in Kemet that the Egyptians, what would they be called? It's all right, so if we say Kemet, what are they called? Cometians? Because it don't make no sense to say Kemet, then say Egyptians. Because if that's the case, you might as well say Egypt, right? Is it Cometians? I hate to ask Siri. And I'm mad that I didn't study this. Damn, I think it's called Cometians. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But I'm just going off the top of the head right now, but I think that's what it's called. Okay, Coach said I'm right, so I'm right. Because I hate when people be like, the ancient wall and people be like, the ancient walls of Kemet in Egypt. It's like, well, if you're going to say Kemet, what the hell you say Egypt for? But anyway, I think Kemites, Cushites and all that, that's just starting to sound biblical. It ain't no damn Cushites. Please don't come here with no biblical stuff. I really turn green. Anyway, so do jury, because another thing we got to stop too. We always kings and queens. We got to stop that. Everybody wasn't no goddamn king and queen. Throughout history, there has always been tribalism. Do not let people make you think. Do not let people make you think that everybody got along everywhere, because that shit is cap. People did not get along. It's always been tribalism. Even to this day, they say, yo, these people no, they do not. The Igbo do not like the Yoruba. Trinidadians don't like Guyanese. Niggas from Brooklyn don't like niggas from the Bronx. It's always been tribalism. It's always been tribalism. Right? So, listen, when you look at us with jewelry, we be like kings and queens was wearing it and all that shit, and then we look at the walls on an ancient Kemet, and we see the jewelry and all that. But are we emulating that? Are we emulating that? Or did these bleach people, European, let's say European, did they tell us what value was, right? Did they tell us this clothing has the most value, this certain watch is valuable, this jewelry has the value? Did that come from them, or do that come from us? Or did they take it from us, remix it, and package it back to us? Because I'm going to be real with y'all. You're just going to sound a little crazy, right? Shout out to old rappers who feel like they're breaking down barriers. If this was 1987, 88, and Rakim had on some tight shit walking in the fashion show, how would you feel? Here's what I'm talking about. If you seen the guard Rakim right now at that time walking in the fashion show, how would you feel? Would you still hold him in high regard? Or was it the street velour suits looking like the dude getting money that resonated with you? So this is what I'm saying about the whole rich thing. We got dudes doing this Art Basel shit, Art Basel, whatever fuck it is. You got dudes who worship Basquiat. Basquiat was a black man, but wasn't he letting Andy Warhol smoke his boots? So that shit just, I'd be like, nah, I'm good on that. Just me though. Maybe, listen, maybe it's just me, whatever. That shit ain't that great to me now. Like, I don't know. That's just me. But when you see dudes, you see like Pharrell and you got on like these big ass bell bottoms and shit, and all these dudes is like, I'm in Paris and I'm doing this high end shit. Is that for us? That's what I'm saying. Is that for us? If Big Daddy Kane was ahead of his time. He was wearing suits. He was trying to make certain music to transcend the time of just because he got shitted on. It ended his career. So how are we watching dudes strutting in the fashion show? And I don't want y'all to think I'm picking on the Clips. But I do Freddie Gibbs. I question a lot of shit. So when I see him strutting in the fashion show, I don't even know how to fucking strut like a punk. So I ain't even trying to do it. When I see a nigga strutting in the fashion show with a bag, and then the chick is calling the nigga spready, it just start making too much sense. You know what I'm saying? And I want to hear Alfredo too. I love Freddie Gibbs' music. Don't get it twisted. But don't niggas be just too rich sometimes, or that resonate with y'all? This is what I'm saying. Like, that resonate with y'all. Not saying you got to be the hustler on the corner either, but that shit resonate with y'all. When you see a nigga strutting, Big Daddy Kane crawl so niggas can walk. Big Daddy Kane been with the 3-piece suit and all that. Like, how did we let them dictate what style and fashion was when they used to copy us? We used to think about Dapper Dan, say, yo, okay, this is high end, I'm ganking this. I'm taking it. But I'm going to sprinkle a little nigga on it, I'm going to niggerize it a little bit. And making velour suits out of Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Fendi. That's what made it fly, because they made it streetwear. You know what the deal about polo, because you see a lot of people who polo L's up and low lives. The greatest thing about polo is that they stole it. Did you know that? They didn't buy polo. They stole it. That's what made it dope. The low lives stole the clothes. So they were still inventing shit. If you went and you bought a Snow Beach shit, we said Snow Beach at the same time. That's scary. We said Snow Beach at the same time. That is scary. But they stole it. That's what made it. That's what made it. They stole it. So he's like, yo, where you got that from? Yo, I caught this shit in Reading, Pennsylvania. I caught this in, like, yo, but now it's like when a nigga go buy it, it's like, nigga put that shit on layaway. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, man, I miss that rugged shit, man. View from the Mud TV. That's a fly name, too. You said ninjas care about fashion more than women. See? I mean, like I said, man, that's a woman thing. These niggas be having little clutches and shit and purses. Yo, when I be seeing dudes in fashion shows, it reminds me of, and I'm reaching, but so what? I'm reaching. When I be seeing dudes in fashion shows, it reminds me of like a slave auction. Because when you go to that fashion world, you know what you're dealing with, right? And it was like, since they was holding the dude Virgil, rest in peace, in high regards, it was like, nah, like, if it's an occasion, you might go, but it's like, y'all acting like this is what your closet consists of. So how do I resonate with you? Respectfully, disrespectfully. I don't give a fuck how much money I got. I'm not buying no Gucci hat for $900. You could call me cheap. I think about all other. I will buy another MPC 37 and don't open it either before I buy a Gucci hat. I'll buy 2 more monitors. I'll be sitting around this motherfucker like the Matrix before I go buy a Gucci hat. Gucci is fly too. I like Gucci shit. But I always thought that was like some girl shit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to pay $900 for no hat when I could get a remote that's going to smart my crib. That's just me. I'm not wearing no clutch. I'm not wearing no bag. And then it seemed like we got duped because we into this whole flashy shit and they be on Canal Street buying that cap. Yo, they be on Canal Street buying cap. And we thinking we all extravagant. And these niggas got cap. They went to Canal Street and bought cap. All them dudes that look like and dress like Brother Polite be out there selling cap. Yo, man. Yo, I was done when they made male Ugg boots. I was finished. I said, nah. They made male Ugg boots. Yo, they be wearing costume jewelry. They be wearing cap. Because they jewelry that is valuable, they don't wear that shit. We will wear. Listen, for $900 for a Gucci. Hold on, let's look it up together. All right, y'all. Let's look it up because. See, as soon as I want to talk about something with a little bit of substance, they just try to play me. That's cool though. All right. So I got Gucci pulled up. Gucci pulled up. Let's review it together. Let's review Gucci together. All right. We gonna look at Gucci together. So this is the Gucci site. Bro, get it together. All right. This the Gucci site. We're going to look at this together. I don't even know how to navigate through it. Okay. What would it be under? Men? I guess men. Bags. View all. Let's. All right, look. Man, shut up. You might be able to get this off. You see that price? Yo! You see that price? Yo, you see that price? This is Mook. Now, see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Come on, God. Look. That's what I'm saying. So, you know I ain't tripping in real time. Turn it to a mime. You might be able to get this off. What did this say? Hold on. Bags for men. What is that, right? I want to make sure I click the right thing. I guess I am broke. I guess I am broke. I'd rather be broke than not broken or broke in. You might be able to get this off. It said bag for men. What they got a chick in there for? They even got green. This shit say for men. This is what I'm saying. They call you broke when you don't got this. This is the shit they be rapping about. Because what they be rapping about, this is what they be trying to tell you, you ain't about shit because you ain't got. No, then they try to mix it. Goodness gracious. All right, I got to find the hat. But you see the price on this shit? Yo, look at the price. Do you see the price? Respectfully, this is all due respect. I don't advise it. I would never do it. But some of you dudes who get you a couple of dollars, for $25, $50, you could probably book 3 days, 4 nights in the Dominican Republic and had a time of your life. If you know what I'm saying. So you could buy that bag, or you could go to DR, get you some good rice and peas and beans and all that, and had a time of your life for $2,500. 3 days, 4 nights. You take your pick. I ain't doing it, but I'm just saying, if you did it, I wouldn't knock you over that. All right, we got men. What else they got? I'm looking for hats. Where would hats be? Ready to wear shoes, travel, new in men. I don't even know where the hats would be. Summer shoes. Let's look at summer shoes. This one I'm talking about. 800. All right. See, now I got mad. I got mad now. Now I got mad. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We off this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You got artists who do not have their etiquette right. They rather front on social media for other men with $800 slippers on, and they rollout ain't right, their music ain't mixed, their artwork is trash, and they don't got no press. That's what I'm talking about. They rather be flashy. And front than to make sure they hip-hop aesthetic is right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You rather have some slippers on and show me your slippers so I can say, ooh, we got the Gucci's 800. Not impressed. I'm impressed by great mixed music, great mastering, great artwork, great rollout, great strategy. That's what impresses me. This is what I'm saying. So the next time somebody want to show you a Gucci flip-flop or a Gucci bucket or whatever, listen, they shit better sound like the best music ever, because I see a lot of dudes with all flash and no substance. That's what I'm talking about. So, I could talk about this all night, but I'm not. I ain't going to keep y'all all night. Make sure y'all share this. Make sure y'all hit live. And if anybody, well, this at the end. I should have said this at the beginning. I wish I could rewind. A lot of times, audience, y'all really have to start taking everything based off the context and not the titles sometimes, because I'm very deceptive with titles. The titles say one thing, but I'm steering you in another direction, and that's not clickbait, but it's everything is context. I like to put context to stuff. So, if I say if hip hop become flashy, you might say it always been like that. But what's not happening sometimes is people don't listen to the context of why I'm saying what I'm saying. So that's what it is, man. I'm Doggie Diamonds. Until next time, if you need any promotion from me, make sure you hit me up, man. Only $100, I promote your product. Also, listen, also right here too. My bad. Y'all seen this already. I want to let you know too, down here, you see that empty space down there? Your banner could go there. You could sponsor a show and your banner could go down there. I'll make you a specialized banner for your whatever it is you are you need promotion for. It could go down there too. So you see that space in between my TV logo over here and the subscribe over there. Your banner could go down there. So yeah, hit me up for that. That's available as well. And again, like I said, if you need any help with your strategy of how you do what you do, hit up Coach at Coach Kendaka. You see it right there. And if you need any smell goods, you need any candles, you need anything, go to Kelly. Hold up. Let's see, now I gotta look up your thing too. Kelly. Let me make sure your website is still up. I don't want to send them nowhere. Hold on. Kelly Vaughn. Hold on. I'm fucking blind or something. Hold on. Yeah, I am blind. Kelly Vaughn Basics. Here we go. So this is somebody that's a part of our team, family, one of the moderators, as you see. She makes natural handmade products. She makes candles. I had some myself, smell exquisite. She makes a lot of things. And this is all, she's in the chat. She's one of the moderators. She sent me a care package. I got everything. The candles. I ain't gonna front, I ain't use no lip balm, you know what I'm saying? I probably did the medicated one. Yeah, you sent me a medicated one. And I gave my niece the other one that you sent me. But yeah, you could go here, get you some body care, everything. Just order. Candles smell good quality candles. She had another one too. I think it was a room spray. Don't you got a room spray? It's a room spray too. There we go. Yeah, here we go. See? I ain't going cap. And the candles are very, very affordable. You can see them, she has a room spray as well. So this is what I love right here too, the wax melts. So yeah, man, make sure y'all support one of our own and keep the money in the family, because that's how you do group economics. Kelly Vaughn's Basics.com. Check her out and support. So, on that note, until next time, I'm Doggie Diamonds. I will holler at y'all. See y'all. Peace.